Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to review... I'm going to be reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 4. This was the Design Challenge Mashup Competition. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below what you thought about this episode, and hit that subscribe button, become part of the Summer Tower community. Ding! You can also follow me on my other social media platforms at Salmon Hour on all platforms. Do not send hate to any of the queens mentioned in these videos, because that is not what these are meant for. These are meant for us to have a fun time here on this side of the interwebs, talk about all things Drag Race, and have a cute little kiki. Sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth, and I keep biting my tongue. Anyways, let's get into this episode. Hopefully my sound is working, and I'm not going to have to do this live later. We will see. So, episode starts out with queens coming back in the workroom after the elimination of Mandy Mango. Unfortunately, Mandy had to sashay away last week. She was the second out after Didi Fuego. And Briar survived the lip sync. Did I enjoy the lip sync? Not especially. Not especially. But I think RuPaul ultimately let track record play a role in that decision. Hey, it is what it is, right? So they're reading the message, and right from jump, a lot of people are not the biggest fan of Briar. They think she can be a little bit abrasive and a little bit extra. More specifically, Mia was talking about how she wanted Mandy to stay and Briar to leave, like from jump, right? So Mandy is a little annoyed with Briar. Athena's annoyed with Briar. Right? Multiple people are annoyed with Briar. They're also congratulating Juicy because Juicy won the previous week. Congratulations to Juicy. Yes. Like I said, there's already some drama in Untucked between Mia and Briar. And then also Athena gets dragged into it. Because Athena's feeling like Athena feels like she's trying to put Athena and Juicy against each other. And Athena's like, that's my family. Do not mess with my family. Like, drag family is not something you can mess with. And she feels like Briar is trying to mess with her drag family. And that's where the line that Athena has. Athena put up with the bullshit from the previous week where Briar was constantly trying to be like, oh, Athena, annoying Athena, right? But apparently Briar had boundaries too, and Briar got upset that people weren't respecting her boundaries. But at the same time, they're feeling like Briar doesn't respect Athena's boundaries or multiple other people's boundaries. So, like, if you're not going to respect someone's boundaries, how can you expect other people to respect your boundaries? And they kind of get that perspective. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what y'all think. This was definitely some drama, and it was fun. It's some juicy drama. They bring up this moment previously. I don't know why they didn't show us this in the previous episode, but apparently Mia was saying something about asking Briar about her previous relationship, and then Briar was saying like, I don't want to talk about that on camera. And then they broke up, apparently, Briar and her previous relationship. And Mia made a joke saying, like, oh, it wasn't your fault. And Briar did not take that well. And that's the boundary that she felt Mia had crossed. Which then brings in Athena, because people are saying, well, you cross boundaries all the time with Athena. It's a juicy drama moment. I am curious to, excuse me, see what y'all think. Do you think Briar is trying to set fires? What do you think? I'm curious. Let me know. I enjoy some drama, and this was some fun drama. So, I am curious. Briar definitely starts some fires, though, in my opinion. She's definitely starting some fires, and then gets annoyed when other people push her buttons, which feels a little count. I don't know. It feels weird. And Athena's feeling. Oh my god. Athena feels like Briar is trying to come between her and Juicy and their drag family. And she's like, you don't mess with that. You don't mess with that. And I kind of get where Athena's coming from, because she's mother of Briar, or Juicy. But at the same time, Briar and Juicy are becoming friends. So you still want to allow for Juicy to make friends with Briar and not get in the way of that. There are multiple relationships that are counteracting with each other. And also keep in mind, somehow Mia is basically Juicy's aunt, because her and Athena are like drag sisters, right? So there are multiple family relationships in play here. There are multiple social relationships that are being built during the show that Briar is trying to build with other queens. It gets very messy. Again, drag is messy, so I get it. But, sorry, I've been rambling for like 5 minutes about nothing. RuPaul comes in, introduces the main challenge. It's going to be a mashup challenge where they have to take inspiration from 2 separate looks and combine them. And they're also competing against their besties. So let's say there's a grouping of Vita, Vontae Star, and Mia Star. They're going to have to compete against each other. So it's interesting because they thought that they would be working together. And Mia was feeling very happy about that. I'll show pictures of this in a second. These are the groupings, right? This is Mia when Mia thinks they're going to work together. You're competing against each other. The juxtaposition of this is hilarious to me. Because Mia's like, fuck, Vita's gonna win. I mean, Vita. You in my opinion, I don't think there's anyone else who can compete against Vita in a design challenge. Vita is that girl, and we'll see that. They're also picking numbers. Each number has a celebrity inspiration that they're gonna have to combine to make a new look, right? So we get the combinations. We get Lil Nas X and Rihanna. We get Cher and Sarah Paulson. Just iconic looks that you're combining, right? J-Lo and Nicki. Lady Gaga and Brittany and Justin and the denim and the meat. These are some fun combos. Very, very interesting. Katy Perry and Lil Kim. Right? And Kim and Zendaya. So those are the combinations. You're going to have to work with fabrics, combining things. Yes. To make an unified garment between the 2 inspirations. So, Briar is feeling a little overwhelmed. She's like, was told that by someone that they didn't want me to continue on in this competition. Now here I am doing something, competing against Juicy. It's a lot. She also just had to lip sync, so she's going through it right now. She's feeling the pressure, and she's definitely starting to feel a little emotional about it. Mikey versus Nene. This was an interesting pairing. I definitely felt for Mikey in this moment because Nene and Coco won the previous design challenge. So Mikey's like, fuck, now I have to compete against the winner of the previous design challenge. That's crazy. Because she says, I'm not like a super talented seamstress. Like, this isn't what I'm known for. So she's feeling the pressure too. Again, they didn't know that they would be competing against each other when they picked each other as besties, right? Jane in Discord. This was interesting because they both know how to sew. They both know what they're doing. They're both competing against each other. The difference between Jane and Discord is Jane can walk. Discord cannot. And I think it's funny. We'll get to that later, but I think it's funny that now suddenly RuPaul's like, "Oh, you can't walk. That's going to count against you." Whereas she could not walk before. Like that wasn't a new thing. I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I'm curious to see what you think, right? All right, Mia and Vita are having fun together, working together. What are they gonna do? Jen comes over, tries to giving Mia some suggestions, and Vita's like, "No, go away." It was funny. We see what Vita's able to do. Like I said, Vita is the queen to compete against in the challenge. It's basically her challenge to lose, and she's killing it. She's killing it. Athena versus Darlene. I love Darlene. I love Darlene and Athena too. I love them both, but like I'm obsessed. Like I said, Briar's starting to crash out a little bit about this. It's a lot. She's going through it. All right. Kenya's feeling a little pressure because she's like, this fabric isn't stretch. I don't know what I'm doing as well. And then Sierra is feeling pretty confident because Sierra knows how to put together a garment. I like this pairing too. I like both of them a lot. Yes. What would you be doing? How would you feel in this competition? Let me know. Juicy's trying to do a circle train moment, and she can't really sew, so she gets some help from Jane, which I do think it's interesting that she's still getting help. But, I mean, hey, if someone's offering the help, why not take it? It's a cute concept. Athena's stressing. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing very well. Who's gonna win? New day in the workroom. Right from the jump, we already get some conflict resolution between Mia and Briar. They're talking about their path, their history. Briar's talking more specifically about growing up and feeling like she wasn't lovable, feeling like a lot of pressure from her family, leaving home at 16. We're really getting to know Briar in this moment. At which point I was like, oh, Briar could go home. Because again, if you watch Drag Race or any reality TV show, if you get to know someone, there's a good chance they could go home. Well, at the same time, we also get to know about Mia, because Mia's talking about her family and her brother, how she had a strained relationship with her brother. Then her brother ended up dying, and she feels a lot of guilt about that. So they're really starting to bring down those walls and really talk to each other and resolve the conflict between each other, which I do think is helpful. It's nice to see, especially because with this fandom, some people can take it very seriously. I do think it's important to show the resolution within the show itself. Yeah. Like we find out that Mia brought an outfit using the pants from her brother. I thought that was a really special moment. Getting to know a little bit more about Mia. Also, at that point, I was worried for Mia because I'm like, we're also getting to know more about Mia. Could she be going home? And then Kenya. We learn more about Kenya and her mom. Her mom had her when she was in college and was not able to really raise her at the time. So Kenya ended up living with her grandparents and then also ended up coming out to her mother, and that really brought them closer together. And her drag also brought her closer with her mother, so she's actually really close with her mother now. So again, another person we're learning a lot about. I was like, oh no, is Kenya going home? If Kenya goes home, I'm gonna be upset because Kenya Pleaser is one of my favorite queens of this season. Period. All right, we're on the main stage. What do we think of RuPaul's look? I feel like it blends in with the background too much, but I will still give it a 10. I think it's fab. On this show, we do fab or drab. I'm going to give it a fab, but it's not my favorite look of the season. I think I've liked previous looks from Rue more. Michelle looks nice. We get Law Roach as a judge, which I'm very happy about. I love Law. I think he's a great judge. Yeah, especially for Design Challenge, I thought he was great. Really, really great. And the guest judge this week is Annalie Ashford from Broadway. All right, we're gonna get right into these runways. Up first, we have Juicy Love Dion. I thought Juicy looked fab. I'm giving this a fab. I thought Juicy looked really lovely. I love the color combo. I love the strawberry lemonade of it all. The cowl is really nice. I do think it was interesting that they made a comment about the fuzz being thin, but at the same time, that was what they were given. So I feel like you're working with what you get, you know. And I think Juicy looks really nice. For me, it's a fab. Yeah. Next up, we have Briar Blush. I love Briar. Do not love this garment. Love Briar. Do not love this garment. Love Briar. So, who wore it better, Briar or Juicy? For me, this was a very clear answer of Juicy Love Dion. Let me know who you think wore it better down below in the comments section. I also love the yellow shoes. The yellow shoes look really fab. All right, next up we have Discord Adams. I like the concept. I did appreciate that they made a comment about how it felt like it was being pulled down. Because it does. It looks like it doesn't really fit her very well. But I do love the concept. Also, y'all, this walk and the way Rue's like, oh no, don't change it. Discord, I say this from my own perspective, right? They are making fun of your walk. They are making fun of your walk. That's all it is. They're making fun of it. They laugh at you. They laugh at you every week when you walk on the stage. You need to change it up. So don't. I get why Rue wants to laugh, but telling that girl like don't change it up is not super helpful. Also, the editors pointing to Discord cam, crazy, yeah. And cutting out the music is wild. It's diabolical. Up next, we have Jane Don't. I thought Jane looked fab. I really love this from Jane. I thought she looked incredible. Yeah. No notes for me. I think Jane looked fab. Fab. Who wore it better? Definitely Jane Don't, in my opinion. Let me know what you thought down below. But for me, it's Jane Don't. For sure. For sure. Alright, next up, we have Mikey Meeks. Mikey Meeks. I like this look. I think it's very nice. I think the presentation is very nice. I love the rouging of the dress. Yeah, I love this look. I thought this was fab. Definitely a fab for me. I thought this was great. Let me know. Did you like it? Nini Coco. I thought this was really fierce. Really, really fierce. I love the cheetah print cat suit. And the green draped around. It looks really fab. It's taking both inspirations and combining them really well. Yeah. I thought this was really, really well done as well. I think between the two of them, they both did pretty well. Like, I don't see any problems with either of them. Yeah. For me, I would give the win to Nini. I think Nini won this one. Let me know, who do you think won between the two of them down below. I'm curious. I think this one was definitely one of the closer ones. Because I do think they both did very well. Up next we have Sierra Mist. I thought this was fab. This was fab. The meat dress combined with the denim, I thought that you could see both inspirations very well executed in this, and the rope wrapped around her I thought was really clever. Again, another really clever way of putting the meat in the look. Right? Yeah. Fierce. Up next we have Kenya Pleaser. I love Kenya. Love Kenya. Not my favorite look. Not my favorite look of the night. Which is unfortunate. Again, love Kenya. I don't know. I really don't know. It's not bad. I definitely think Sierra wore it better for sure, but I do think Kenya held her own, and I think Kenya tried her best. Yeah. Next up, we have Mia Starr. I love this. I love this, Mia. I loved it. The presentation, the look, the jewels on the dress, the titty. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very, very well done by Mia Starr. I was proud. I was impressed. But Vita, y'all, Vita ate this up. Vita destroyed, Vita devoured, Vita abfab. Abfab, absolutely fabulous. Vita Vonti Star, you look sickening. Sickening. I am obsessed. This is drag. This looks like a look that could be competing on any category. For me, it doesn't show design challenge. It just shows fierce runway look. And I thought this was sickening. Sickening. Vita ate it up. Yeah. Who wore it better for me? It was Vita for sure. But I do think Mia held her own. And I think Mia did well. Yeah. Alright. Darlene Mitchell. I don't know. I love it. I don't know. I just love Darlene. I thought this was a really nice look. I love the belt. I think she combined the two concepts very well. Maybe I am a little bit biased for Darlene, but I thought this was fab. This was a fab for me. Yeah. Athena looks nice. I do wish the cape was lined. I do wish the cape was lined. That kind of annoys me, actually, but hey, it looks nice. She looks nice. For me, I would say Darlene wore it better. Personally, I would have said Darlene wore it better. Who do you think wore it better? Excuse me. Let me know in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Yes. All right. So now we get to placements. Ru announces who wore it best between each of the partners. Between Briar and Juicy, she says Juicy. Between Jane and Discord, she said Jane. Between Nene and Mikey, she chooses Nene. Between Kenya and Sierra, she picks Sierra. Between Vita and Mia, she picks Vita. And finally, between Athena and Sierra, she picks Athena, I think. I think she picked Athena. Athena and Darlene. She picks Athena, I believe. Briar ends up passing out during Judgment. And some of the girls are saying, oh, is she faking it? Is this all a show? Is this all just because she just got some really bad critiques? In my opinion, you don't joke about medical shit. Like, that's something that's very serious. Very, very, very serious. I do not believe Briar was faking. I did not love that they were implying that, personally. Again, I was not there. I don't know the full story. I did not love the fact that it was implied in any way that someone would be faking medical shit. Again, I was not there. I this seemed real to me. This seemed like a real response, real medical incident that needed intervention. Yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, medical comes in. They walk her off. She gets checked out. Everything comes up clear. I don't know. I am curious to see what y'all think. She may have just been overwhelmed, but the cutting to Mia and Vita I did not love. And I did not love Mia saying that it was fake. I did not love that. Especially with everything that was happening between them earlier in the episode. I thought they had all process that and come to a mutual understanding. And then for them to cut to Mia and Mia saying that this was fake, I didn't love that. I did not love that. Let me know what you thought down below. Yeah. She ends up being walked off and checked in by medical. Rue announces the rest of the winners. Jane won over Discord. Nene won over Mikey. Sierra won over Kenya. Vita won over Mia. And I think she said Athena won over Darlene, which I still personally would have given the win to Darlene. Let me know what you thought down below. Right? Ultimately, in the end, the winner of this entire challenge is Vita Von Star, which is correct. This was the correct decision. Thank you, RuPaul, for finally giving her the design challenge win she deserved. This should have been her second win. But hey, Vita, you destroyed it. You conquered. Yes. Discord is announced safe. She was in the bottom 3, declared safe. So the bottom 2 are going to be Kenya and Briar, and they're lip syncing to Lights, Camera, Action by Kylie Minogue. For me, I definitely think Kenya won this. I think Briar tried her best. But for me, it was definitely Kenya. I think Kenya brings a lot of stage presence into her performances. And for me, it was a pretty clear Kenya pleaser win. Let me know what you thought down below. I thought this was probably my favorite lip sync of the season so far. I really love Kenya's performance. I thought Kenya ate it up. Yeah. And the judges love Kenya. Not to say they don't like Briar, but they love Kenya. Ultimately, in the end, RuPaul announces that Kenya Pleaser is safe and gets to continue on to the next week's challenge. Yay! Yeah. I would have been very mad if my Carolina sister ended up sashaying away. Shout out to Kenya Pleaser from South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. Carolina sister. I'm here. I'm Team Kenya. So I was very happy she won the lip sync and got to continue on. Oh my god. But unfortunately, that does mean Briar Blush had to sashay away. I do really love Briar. I think Briar could come back and compete again. She was definitely a pot stirrer. And she brought the drama, which I do think is an important part of the show. So, you will be missed, Briar, for sure. You definitely will be missed. Yeah. Hey. Ultimately, we are at top 11 now. Next week is going to be a Rated Queen talent show. I believe they said they were splitting them in half, so I'm guessing that means half of the performances this week and then the other half next week. Does that mean no one will go home? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me know what you think about all of this down below in the comment section. Wishing the best to everyone out there, especially with this winter storm that is about to hit. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a little interesting time over here in North Carolina. We are not prepared for ice. We are not prepared for ice. So I hope we don't lose power, but we will see. This is why I wanted to get my review done tonight and get it posted and do all that. So make sure to hit that like button, comment down below what you thought about this, and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Sandwich Hour community. Ding! You can also follow me on my other social media platforms at Sandwich Hour on all platforms. I will be back here next week with another Drag Race review. Have a good rest of your night or day wherever you are, and I will see y'all later. Bye! Ding!